true believers, and welcome back to Mike Meeple's Painting Poorly miniature painting tutorials for Marvel Zombies by CMON Games. Today we're continuing our painting tutorial series with one of my personal favorites, Colossus. We'll be painting up both his living and zombie version today, so this tutorial is a 2-for-1. We'll start off by priming the models with a zenithal highlight, and if you're not sure how to do that, make sure you check out my how-to video for that technique. Once that's all dry, it's time to start base coats. We'll actually be starting by taking some deep yellow by Vallejo and painting the yellow portion of his costume, along with his belt and the trim of the boots. Don't be afraid to add as many coats as you want until you get the yellow just the way you like it. Next, we'll take some red by Vallejo and paint the red portions of his costume and boots. Then, take some plate mail metal by the army painter and paint his organic steel skin. Once that's done, take some gemstone by the army painter and paint his bracers and the X logo in the middle of his belt. After that, take some night scales by the army painter and paint his hair. Next, you can use some neutral gray by Vallejo to paint the ground and the columns that are on the bases. And touch up any exposed rebar or pipes with some plate mail metal. For Nimrod's head, mix together equal parts white and fairy dust by the army painter to give the sentinel a metallic white look. Then use royal purple by the army painter to paint the faceplate. Once that's all dry, it's time for shades. We'll be starting off with some light tone by the army painter and applying that to all the yellow portions of the costume, including the belt and yellow trim on the boots. After that, apply some red tone by the army painter to all the red portions, including the bracers and boots. Then we'll take some Nuln Oil and apply a little bit of that to the rest of the model, including his metallic skin and the base. Once that's all dry, it's time for highlights and finishing touches. To start off, we'll use some deep yellow to highlight the yellow portions, particularly around the muscles. Next, take some moon dust by the army painter and apply a second highlight to the yellow portions, painting a smaller portion than the previous highlight. Add some highlights to the red parts with Red by Vallejo, trying to avoid the darkest portions of the model. To add a second highlight, take some dark vermilion by Vallejo and use that. For a third highlight, you can use some amaranth red by Vallejo. Now, I normally don't highlight metallics, but I figured for Colossus it would be appropriate. So use the same plate mail metal and apply a highlight to the face, particularly the forehead, nose, chin, cheekbones, and jaw, along with the exposed muscles. Next, take some elven armor by the army painter and apply an edge highlight around his hair. Then take some Azure Magic by the army painter and add a second highlight, but just to the front tip of his hair. After that, take some Sky Gray by Vallejo and dry brush some over the stones on the base of the Mini. Now on the zombie Colossus, take the same mix of white and fairy dust and highlight Nimrod's head. Then take some Zephyr Pink from the Army Painter and paint an edge highlight around Nimrod's purple accent. As an optional touch, you can take some Evil Chrome by the Army Painter and stipple on some around all of the wounds and gashes in Zombie Colossus's body to add that look of corrosion. Finish off by using some white to carefully add in some eyes. Before mixing together 5 parts Lamian Medium by Citadel and 1 part Transparent Red by Vallejo, and using that to add a sinister glow around the eyes. Finish off by painting the rim of the base, and hitting it with some matte spray. And that's it! I want to give a big shout out to all of my patrons whose generous support helped me make quality content like this. And if you're interested in becoming a patron yourself, information on how to do so can be found in the description for this video, along with links to all the supplies I used today, and a link to my blog, where you'll find more tutorials for games like Marvel Zombies. And if you like this video and would like to see more, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Excelsior!